Okay, so we are going to make one of those floating stools that hangs on chains. Looks like it shouldn't stand, but it does. We're going to start with a top view, and we're going to go sketch. We're going to click on the top plane, and then I don't like those planes cluttering things up, so I'm going to hit my P key and hide them. Then we're going to go with a center point rectangle. You may need to do the drop down to select it if it's defaulting to a corner rectangle. And you're going to select the center rectangle. You're going to highlight the point of origin, hover over it till it lights up, and then drag yourself a square. It doesn't matter the size yet. Then we're going to go to our dimension. You could also just push the D key to select dimension. We're going to click on our bottom, drag down, and we're going to make this 14 inches wide. So we're going to go 1, 4, enter, and we're going to zoom out a little bit there. And then we're going to do the same thing here, make that 14. So we have 14 by 14 square. Enter, and then we're done with sketch 1. We're going to hit green check. Next thing, we're going to use our beam tool, which if you don't have that installed, look for my other videos that show how to install the beam tool. And we're going to select our beam tool, which is up here in this menu here. Then we need to select our lines that we're going to extrude, and we're going to click all 4 sides of sketch 1. Okay. For what we're doing here, we want to select ISO, square hollow, and 40 by 40 by 2, which I already have selected, and it's defaulting to that. But we're also going to click this miter all over here. Now, you can see that it's straddling our line, and I want it to be on the inside of the line because I want the outside of this to be 14 inches. So we're going to click that arrow and drag it in. Then I'm going to slightly rotate it so I get a kind of an isometric view. And I'm going to take this arrow and I'm going to pull it up because I want it sitting on top of the plane, which will be important later on for mirroring to get the correct dimensions. And now we're going to go green check. So we have this 14 inch by 14 inch square here. I'm going to go to now a left or right view. It doesn't matter which one, but we're going to go to a side view, and I'm going to turn my planes back on for a moment. And we're going to do another sketch. So we're going to go sketch, and we're going to select the right plane here. I'm going to zoom out a little bit here. And I'm going to now go take the line tool, and I'm going to draw a line. And I want to make sure that I do not constrain it to anything. So make sure nothing is lit up when you are drawing these 2 lines. So you're going to just make a line, one that goes up, and you're going to make sure it is vertical. The little vertical constraint symbol will show up on the right side, and it will be that blue and yellow broken line. So we're going to click, and then I'm going to go to the right and see how it wanted to light up that, that center point. I don't want the center point lit up. I'm going to drag over. Once again, blue and yellow, making sure it's perfectly horizontal. Then I'm going to hit my escape button, which actually I'm going to have to right click and hit the escape line. Normally I would hit my escape button, but that is messing with my recording software. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to go up here and grab the coincident tool to add some constraints. So that's up here in our constraint menu, drop down. And I'm going to click the bottom point of that first line, and I'm going to click this top, making sure you don't click any other point on there. I just want it on this top edge of my tubing. And then I'm once again going to select the bottom point of that line. And now I'm going to go to this left edge of the tubing. And you'll see it'll be hovering just kind of like off of that corner. If you didn't have a radius edge, that would be the corner. And so we're going to do, oops, not yet a green check. Sorry, I almost forgot to put my dimensions in. So we're going to do our dimensions. Okay, sorry for the interruption. I had to take that phone call. So we're going to go with our dimensions, and we are going to make this one 14 inches tall. 14, enter, and then the one that goes across, we are going to make that 8 inches. So we're going to go there and go 8, enter. All right, now we're going to go green check. We're going to go to the beam tool again, and it should still be on ISO square hollow 40 millimeter. And we're going to click on both of these pieces, make sure we select miter all, and then we're going to pull it in. Now, sometimes the arrow shows up on the top. If that's the case, you're going to pull it down, but we're either going to pull it in or down, and then we're going to go with a green check. And so we should end up with something that looks like this, almost looks like it's ready for a game of hangman. Then we're going to take it and we are going to mirror what we have here, but first we need to make another plane. So we're going to go here and select plane. And entities to plane, we're going to go top plane. And for our offset, we're going to make it offset plane, and we're going to make it 10 inches because we want this to be 20 inches tall, and that'll be our center point. And so we're going to go green check. And then I am going to go and select the mirror tool right here. And I'm going to click on all of the pieces that we already have made. And then I'm going to click on the mirror plane, which is already, it's kind of turns red because it's something that we wants to have but doesn't have. And we're going to click this plane 1, the plane that we just made. And we're going to go green check. Now we've got these pieces that are overlapping each other. And we are going to go, we need to rotate them. So we're going to come up here and select transform. And then we are going to select this drop down rotate. And we're going to click on all the pieces that we have for the new one on your top. So we're going to click on that piece. We're going to click on this piece. We're going to click on all the pieces of our base, which really it's now our top. And then we're going to go and use our cube here to get a top view. So we're looking straight down on it. And this little select mate connector, we're going to click on that. And then we're going to click on the center point. Whoops. Oh, there we go. And we're going to make it 180 degrees. 180, enter. And we're going to go green check. Now, when we turn around and we look at this from an isometric view, you can see we have these two L-shaped brackets, which a chain will go in between there, and then a chain's going to go on each of these corners to tension it and to hold it. But really, it sits on this chain that goes in between these two L-shaped brackets. Now we're going to go up to a top view, and I'm just going to turn off my planes because they annoy me. And we're going to go sketch. We're going to click on the top of one of our tubes, and we're going to do, once again, a center point rectangle. We're going to go dimension, make it 14.5. We're going to go dimension on our other side, 14.5, enter. Now we're going to green check, extrude. I want the whole sketch, so I'm just going to click on sketch 3 over my tree on the side. And I'm going to make it 3/4 of an inch, so 0.75, enter, green check. And so now I have my top, which represents a 3/4 inch piece of wood that will go on the top of the stool. I'm not going to bother drawing the chains. That's quite a process, but we have our frame and our top all drawn up here on this sketch. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave a comment and I will try to answer it.